Bonds are not, though. They are coming off a little bit. So rates going up a little, but they're still, I mean, they're trading at a 58 handle, so that's pretty decent. So give you the overall, look at the market, and then we'll figure out, what the trade. Yesterday's trade was kind of very exceptionally slow, but it did drift down to the our 7. Well, we had 18 yesterday, got down to 17, and popped right back up. I don't know if you were around then or if you traded it. But it was probably the only opportunity you've probably had all day if you were exceptionally patient and waited for late afternoon for that to happen. So that's the problem these days of summer, except, it's not summer. Well, now we have a number, so we're reacting to that. People who are short the market, thinking these numbers are going to be bad, are having to pay up right now a little bit as the market rallies off these highs. And pushing up here. Again, we got the 41 level. I mean, whatever it is, these are all-time highs. So, there's no level here that's like solid or not. We have to take each one with a grain of salt, especially since it's, it's very thin, as you can see, right? And popped up here like on nothing. And you got to take that into consideration when you're trading as we come up here to the 41 area. And see what it wants to do up here. You basically have to have your orders in there to be able to get this on the pop, but it's thin, so take at least initially take what's given to you and then see what you want to do after that. And I'm not surprised that it's just popping up here, especially after these all-time highs. Again, remember, these are all-time highs, so there's no solid resistance anywhere up here, and that's why we always tell you to make sure you keep your stops in place, and that way you don't get hurt if the market continues as you are hitting some stops up here, especially these first levels sometimes at all-time highs. Again, you're reacting to a negative number positively, so that tells you something about the trade here, at least initially. All right, so we're working this 41 area here. Again, scaling in, you have to adjust your scales in depending on the number. Well, it makes no sense, but it kind of does, because I think maybe the expectations were for flying inflation. As long as you keep it within their acceptable range of what they were expecting, then I guess they say it's okay, so to speak. But, it's still kind of a little weird. But the bond market even is not really tanking, right? I mean, they're coming right off their lows, so they're absorbing it well as well. So now you're hitting just stops because people have been short from this high here for the last week, right? All-time high. And you've busted it a little bit, so you're getting some stops to get triggered, and that's why we're rotating back up here. Maybe we get to the 48, the energy will stop. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be getting long up here. Maybe some people will. Maybe you could have gotten long above, 37 if you were a little aggressive there, being that it is above the all-time highs here. So we'll see what it wants to do. And again,
I think Don and I are going to have an easy day if it keeps going like this.
Right. So
we don't have to say much.
No. This is kind of just
going to go straight up.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. What goes up must come down at some point. At some point.
Right.
Depending on how big your bankroll is, how long you can stay with it, until you can say no mas, I'm out of here. I got to get out. I want to sell it, but I can't.
It's going to come down. I know it is.
I know it is, but I got to get out. Killing me. Yes, I've been there, done that. I have to get out even though I don't want to. How many times have we done that? Well, Don, jump in here, man. Tell me what you're thinking.
I think it should have done this yesterday at 2 o'clock. It took me all night long to get back to 31.
Yeah, it's that was done that yesterday. That's great. I love it. That's why you have Don here. Don, give me your opinion on the market. This should happen yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. We're next level up here is 48. Again, we're getting a little bit of push back here against 45. We don't have. Let me make sure we don't have any numbers coming out to 9. Nothing of consequence. And then there is a 30-year bond auction that's going to be released at 12 o'clock Chicago time. Maybe a little bit of a opportunity there. I don't know. All right, so we're kind of upticking here a little bit. Just kind of, again, you got to be a little quick. So I don't want to say that you have to always take 2 points on every trade or take 2-point loss on every trade, but you kind of have to respect what the market was doing at the 41 area. Maybe just gave us a point and then a little bit more. Maybe just took that. And sometimes you just got to take, because you have to know what the market's going to do, or at least you have to feel it a little bit, especially after this pop back up here. And like I said earlier, these are all-time highs, so it's not like we're going to be, loving any of these levels. It's been a while since I said I love a level, by the way. It's been a while since I said that, and so, but it hasn't happened in a long time. So you can see here, bond market, the shorts who are thinking, oh my God, this is a really bad number, right? And we're going to go, down, and interest rates are going to go up. Well, they're getting a little hosered here too, as they got popped in there as well. So as we come up here to the 48 area, it's just chopping along here. See what it wants to do.
We might run through all your levels before you leave.
Hey, that would not be good right now. I would not be a happy camper, to be honest with you, but hey. But I have to go. The wife's waiting for me upstairs. This will not be a good morning if that happens, I'll tell you that much. She won't know why, but she'll say, what's wrong with you?
I have to go back.
No. That one won't work. That one I play golf all the time. No, that one will not work. All right, we're testing the 48 area here. So again, gave you a point, take some off. You can't love any of these trades up here because of the, what's going on. It's a little bit of you got to peel some off if you got multiple contracts. Just take a little bit off here when it gives you some rotation, and that way. Bank a little bit. If it continues, it's great. If it doesn't, that's great. But you just got to respect the market, right? You have to respect what is happening at this moment in time, and you have to understand it. Don't fight it, right? Try to get long. It's hard to get long because you're buying all-time highs, right? It's hard to do, but hey, the buy was above 37, but you didn't get along, I get it, as we're getting a little bit of a rotation here. And like I said, at least my morning's not going to be so bad anymore. Amazing, right? It's amazing what this market does. You just cannot figure it out. I mean, you think you got to, inflation's on the horizon, everybody's going to, and then boom, boom. 74 would be a really good number today. I don't know if we're going to get up there, but I'll tell you, they're just totally disregarding the number. The other number that came out this morning was the initial claims number, and it was continuation of a lesser than last week number, but it wasn't as good as we're trying to get to our 2 points here. And I'm going to get it right now, so that's good. Nice rotation here off of our 48 entry point there. So that is going to make for a better, and this is where you maybe want to stay a little bit short here, maybe get a little pushback down to the 43, 42 area. I don't know. I'm just saying that if you have any extras, that's what I would do here. But keep your stop in above 49. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So they're just totally disconnected with the number. Just amazing. Let's see if we can put some reasoning to this thing. So nice rotation here off of the 48 level. And Again, if you can cover them down to 42, it'd be a really nice little trade. Don, help me out here, man. You're just like, what are you, short the whole way up? Or you gotta be long?
I was just going to say that Don's probably still short.
No, I shorted the 47, so I'm hoping for 41.
Okay. Well, I'll take 41. I got 42. Don gets down to 41 and a quarter, and Don says, "Damn it, I didn't get 41." It's as good as you can get, man. He always just wants 41. If he says 41, he wants 41. 41 and a quarter is not good. Anyway, so nice rotation there against the 48 area. Again, we scale in, so 40, depending on how much risk you're taking, 46 and a half, 47 is maybe an initial entry point. Long at 41, no. I would look at the 36, 35 area. It would be a good support to get longish if you were looking to get longish someplace. Don? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
You're going to have to answer that question.
I'm sitting here sweating this 43. It's kind of like, do I bail this thing or do I wait for that 41? Bailey's looking pretty good.
All right. Well, the bonds rallying again, caught everybody short. Amazing, right? These things are moving together. The day has finally arrived. Investors this morning are set to get a better take on whether inflation is here to stay, or if prices pressures could threaten the market rally. Well, okay. Yes, it's here to stay, and yes, prices are going up, and it's not threatening the market rally, with major averages hovering around hovering near record highs. Consumer Price Index for May was published at 7:30 this morning and is expected to show a headline number of 4.7. That would mark the biggest year-on-year increase since 2008, when energy prices went through the roof, and would follow the sizzling 4.2 advance in April. Bonds rallying came out again, caught everybody short. Amazing. It was not as bad as they were expecting, which excludes food and energy, is anticipated to jump 3.5 over this year to year. It will be hot. It could be up to 5, said Diane Swank. The worst of the heat is going to be the second quarter in terms of headline. It will be interesting to see what it looks like when we strip out the extremes. I think we're still going to have a warm summer when you have surge in pricing kicking in for everyone from airfares to hotels. I guess. I don't know. While the Fed has pledged to not hike rates before 2023, some economists say that this is wishful thinking. If these levels of inflation keep up, U.S. stock index futures are mixed before the CPI number. Dow is down. NASDAQ is off by the same amount, up. The contracts linked to the S&Ps were flat. On the other side of the debate, the Fed believes the rising price pressures will be transitory. Love that word. And many portfolio managers are riding that train, feeling inflation fears are already priced in. Labor Department will publish its latest jobless claims number. At the same time, the release expectation is 370. I think it came out at 375 compared to 385 last week. So even though this has been 6 weeks of consecutive lesser number than the week before, it wasn't as good as what they were expecting. So those are the numbers today.
Don, please tell me you got out.
Well, I got out. then I got back in again. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Now Don cannot stand not to have a position on for 5 minutes. That's the one thing. That's the one thing. As a reason. Yeah, of course you have a good reason. We have reasons. But that's the one thing Don has not learned from me is to be patient. It's a Texas thing, I think, for sure. Does everything big, and bigger, and patience is not a part of big. That's for sure. Man,
go big or go home, right, Don?
Around here, I call it dumb, and dumber. Don't do that. That's all right.
All right. So next level. So again, Don, anything above 74, you have. Okay.
I can take them all the way up to 5,000. I don't know if they're any good or not, but I can give them numbers.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's the problem with these levels these days. Let me move this down here a little bit. I don't know what we're gonna do. Who knows? They could it's a long day, and this is just the beginning. And who knows if they're going to just keep it up here or sell it off a little bit. We'll see what happens. Or the blue band will catch up to the rally. Who knows, right? Who knows what's going to happen? Let's see what else. There's the levels for those of you. If you look at the chat box area, they are up there for you.
Good to know I still have a job.
Yeah, well, asking for unemployment though is a little bit too far.
I thought Brad would give me unemployment at least.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to take that for a week when I was gone. He never said okay. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what is going on here today. So I get this random text from somebody that I don't even know telling me, oh, you should buy this stock. It's great. And he lists the stock. And then if you want more information, click the link on my, yeah, okay. I'm going to just click your link because I don't know who you are. So, I mean, what is wrong with people here? This is what happens. I mean, I guess people do click the link. I mean, if they send it to 1 million people and 1,000 people click a link, I guess that's a good ratio for them. I don't know. And God knows what they do when they click the link. I mean, they're in your phone. I mean, I don't know. It's scary stuff what's going on these days with all this spyware BS and taking information from everywhere, including your phone nowadays. So you got to stay on top of this stuff. That's for sure.
Tell you what, if they take information from my flip phone, they can have it.
Well, that is one deterrent, right there. If everybody has a flip phone, they will not get any information from anybody. But like I said, if you hold up your Apple phone, this little contraption here has more power in it than the computer that took the astronauts to the moon and back. That's how much power this little flip phone has, or flip phone. Even your flip phone probably has more power than the computer that they went up to space, to the moon and back. It shows you how they did a lot of the calculations by hand because they needed to, they just didn't have the power to do it. Now it's amazing. Anyway, look at bonds right back up to where they started. It's amazing. It's really an unbelievable day today, considering if you look at the fundamentals and try to correlate it with the markets, and then, yeah, very tough. And that's why we don't think of of trying to trade fundamentals and just trade the market. If you try to overthink what's going on in the market, you're not going to do too well.
Well, I ought to be filthy rich if that's the case.
That's right. All right. All right, you guys. It looks like I hopefully the 48 worked nicely for some of us, and make up for if you took the 41 or if you adjusted the 41 a little bit. Maybe you took a little bit out, or maybe you got out a little sooner. Again, there's no reason to, if you know the market's momentum, you don't have to hold on to a trade. Once you realize that it's extending and it's not holding, sometimes you gotta make adjustments on the fly a little bit and consider the price action of the market at that particular moment. But people like to have set rules. And this is what they got to follow every single time, but this is trading, not to always set rules. And the three guys that you're listening to here, we have said we have rules, but we kind of stretched them a little. That gets us in trouble, but also makes us money. So that's the problem.
Isn't that the truth?
The hardest way to make easy money?
Hardest way to make easy money. Right.
That's it.
That's right. All right, you guys, you're on your own. You got. I'm handing it over.
Mark's got you covered, brother.
Yeah, Mark's got me covered.
I've got you covered, Sal.
At least you got your headphone working today, so that's a good thing.
Exactly. I took it from Ava, so she's a little upset, but I'll give it back to her later.
She's sleeping. She won't even know.
That's why I took it from her.
Well, how's she doing, by the way?
She's doing good. Very good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, okay, good. Good to know. All right. We'll talk to everybody. I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. See you guys. Handle it. Just make everybody some money. No pressure.
Have a good one, Sal.
I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Now that he's gone, we can talk about him.
Right, there you go. He's probably listening to us in the car, huh?
Probably. He probably has his phone dialed into it.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's give you the new levels now.
Yeah.
Let's give you Don's levels.
Well, mine were close to his. I had 43 and he had 41.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I did. He had the 48. I just traded to the 48 back to the 43 and got out. I was hoping for 41, but it kept bobbing when we got to that 43. And I says,
Boy, you can really squeeze it after 2.5 points, close to 3. I'm out. I'm done.
And then I had to turn around and I got back in at like 46.50. And it just wouldn't give me anything, I finally took a point out of it. That was it.
Yeah. I just don't get who's buying so high. You know what I mean? That's what drives me nuts thinking about it. Well, who's buying up here at these all-time highs?
If you looked at that hourly chart and you look at the distance that we've been going sideways, there's an old saying in the market, the length of the move will equal either the height or the fall of the move.
Right.
So if you were to, and the easiest way to do that is I've got a circle tool. I can click on the left side and go all the way to the right side before we started that drop, and it throws a big circle up there. Usually we'll go to the top of that circle or the bottom of that circle, and the top was sitting up here around 48. So I was looking at it yesterday. I said, "No, there ain't no way we're going to 48." And then yesterday afternoon, at 2:00, we were going down, and I told Saul we should get back to 31 before 3:00. Well, 3:00 come, and this thing is just tanking. I'm going. I had like 23, 25, 27, and 31. And then this morning it made this big push down, and I was sitting there looking, I'm going, I got long. Let's see what happens. And
that was a good guess.
And 27, I bailed at 27 because I knew the 27 we should get back to.
Right.
The 31 was iffy. Now up here at 48, I'm not sure. It's kind of like a midpoint area for me right now. Let me put some areas on here on my chart. Go ahead, talk there, Mark. I'm
looking too. I'm just kind of wondering where this thing's going to go.
43.50. Well, I know we should come back down to 43, but when and how, I'm not sure.
Or maybe 48's the high of the day.
That'd be all right with me. I know that I was really shocked to see that, okay, we're going to run up here to this 48 area. And I'm going, we'll just have to wait and see. There's a lot of times that I have targets up there, but there's a lot of times that I really don't know how it's going to unfold to get there. Now, see, that was my move that I was looking for earlier.
Down to 44?
Yeah. Well, it should go back to 43. We ought to kiss 43 again. And it wouldn't surprise me if we went to 41. But Well, that didn't work out too well. I don't think I can chew gum and walk at the same time at the moment. Take this out to about 10:30.
You're using NinjaTrader 8, correct?
Yes. Which side?
What was that?
I said, I used to use e-signal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used that a long time ago.
And I like e-signal. It's just that, I got to look at the money I was spending on all these different deals, and I says, this is kind of ridiculous. I need to get out of some of this mess. There's no sense in. I was kind of double paying for it.
Right, e-signal is kind of pricey.
And two is when I first started with e-signal, you had to have data from a certified provider.
That's right. Yeah.
And so I'm doing something. Hold on. All right, now we got a little bit better perspective on what might be going on. Well, we hit that. We may go up to that 50. I got 54. Saul's got 55. Well, that area,
right?
So to speak. Okay.
I'm still hoping it stops at 48 again.
Oh, I tried the short one at 47, but it was gone before I could even get my order in there.
Oh, God.
But if we break that 48, 49 area, we're probably going to go up.
NASDAQ's on its highs. It's running back up as well.
It's tough to short a market when all three of the markets are just zooming up.
Right.
It's just weird.
How's the weather over there in Texas?
Hot.
Is it?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain, and all of a sudden we're back up into the 90s, and now it's hot and humid. So, but I bet you we've gotten 20-something inches of rain over the last week and a half.
God, we could use a little of that rain in California. Actually, a lot of that rain.
I'll be glad to send all that you can stand.
I was looking at they showed on the news picture of our lakes and things like that, and they're just at all-time lows.
Yeah, well, they were showing
the
Lake
water
Mead.
level. Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. They showed on the homepage there, they were showing a lake in California. And it looked like a big canyon, and right down at the bottom there was a puddle, and it looked like there was 100 boats in that puddle. They couldn't go anyplace. They were just kind of all parked out there.
We were just going around in circles.
Yeah, I mean there wasn't much of a circle room. It's kind of like, man.
Yeah, it's bad. We need some serious rain.
And did last year when they had all the rain, did they get the mudslides after those fires?
In certain areas they did. But we really didn't get that much rain last year. It was the year before that. And then they said our levels were good. And now here we are 2 years later. Now they say we're in a serious drought.
Oh. No, I hadn't played golf with him. I don't play golf. I used to work on a golf course. I don't care anything about playing golf. Timmy, I think's played with him. Texas wisdom. Well, you're out of luck today. It's just kind of like yesterday. I was on a roll. I could say, okay, we ought to go back to here. We went down to there. We ought to go back up to there. We went up to there. They sold it off. They just and I'm a good chop trader. If it'll stay choppy and stay within these areas, I can just trade the snot out of it. But like Saul says, it's tough for us to trade these runs. Now we're here at 9:00, and
We made it to 49.
something ought to tell me how this. It worked. Things is real slow when I'm scratching a point. As it stands right now, everything. And two is this is actually rollover day, but we're not going to roll over to the new contract until tomorrow.
Right.
Well, you did good, Robert, if you went long this morning.
I was just looking at that. Boy, he's probably pretty happy right now.
Yeah. There's certain times that I'll play the open at 8:30. If I have a feel for what it's going to do, I may get long right there at the open and just close my eyes. And when it works, it usually works good. And but I was writing numbers down this morning, and I didn't see how we opened up, how it reacted around that open.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the 60-minute chart, it's just been flirting with it all week long. It seems like it gets up to there and then it falls off. It gets up to there, and I kind of had a feeling that it was going to break through sooner or later. Wish I would have known it was today. Thanks for telling us, Robert.
I'll be right back. Go ahead and keep them entertained.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I knew, Robert. I wish I knew where this thing was going to stop. I'd love to get short. I've been with Saul for about a little over 4 years, 4.5. Well, I'm sure I'm like everybody else. You try every system out there, and Saul's the last last system I bought. I've been with him ever since. Yeah, Robert, the majority of it, almost all of it. There's so many mechanical systems out there, so many, red light, green light type systems that people just fall in love with, and they work for a little while, then they don't. And Sol's system, it just seemed to be the most consistent and the one that made sense the most. So, and once you get used to it, and yeah, I trade every day, so, and the levels do work. Well, there's Don's 43 that he wanted. Too bad he missed it.
Okay, still
You
there?
you missed your 43, Don. You should have held on.
No, I got it.
Oh, you did?
I put it in there.
Good job.
I'm on 41.
He's still going.
We should touch 41. There we go. We touched it. Now, next question is are we going to go lower? It did what I thought it was going to do. Did you answer Robert C's?
I did. The one I didn't was RR. I figured I'd leave that one to you. Your accent is so much cooler than mine.
the first time Saul called me after I joined up, and I answered the phone and started talking. He started laughing.
Did he really?
Yeah. let me guess. The accent gave it away. Okay, RR. How do we use the support and resistance levels? Okay, basically we use those areas in the market that we expect a reaction from the market. Now, if we're going up to resistance, we usually expect to get short at that level. And we normally run a 2-point stop, 2 to 3 point stop, depending on your own risk tolerance. It's not ours. And we're looking to capture 2 points or better. And 41 was a level that we had this morning. It hit 41 and it bounced off of it, but real quick. And a lot of times is you don't have a whole lot of time to make up your mind. You have to say, okay, I'm out. I'm out. That's just plain and simple. I'm out. And so it normally when we come in the mornings and we have these numbers, we put our orders in because you don't really know if the market's going to go up or down. And the reason that we run stops is that's our safety net. That just protects us. And as long as you run the stops, yeah, you're going to lose some money. This is not a thing we're 99% accurate. There are days when we are, and there are days when we're not. But for the main part of it, but we're usually just using these areas, not really the exact number. And sometimes we fade them, which means we go in a little bit ahead of the number. Normally we fade it for about a half a point. So if we have 59, we may use 58.50 as an entry. These are areas that we expect the market to find support and resistance at. And let's see, we're at 43.
It's hanging around your 41 level, Don.
Well, that was Saul's number this morning. So the 41, just there should be a little bit of resistance at around the 37, 38 area. Little support, I mean. And we also know that the high of yesterday was 35, so 35 to 37 area. But my target was 41, so we're subject to be short 10 times today and long 10 times today, or long 20 times and short 1. There's not a, how do you say it? There's not a, we're not swing traders. I guess we are, but we're scalpers on a short-term basis. We're trading the reaction points of the little short swings intraday. There is and you also have to understand that Saul has a 5-minute chart. He is good enough that, let's see, how do I put this? He was talking about it this morning. You don't want to come in with a bias on, oh, this thing's going up, this thing's going down. Not unless you know something that you have a feel or a reason to really feel that way, because you will trade that away. But he said this morning, you kind of have to have you have to have a feel for what the market is doing. Or something. Yeah, as soon as we get the numbers, usually that's right at there at 8:30. We'll go ahead and set the orders in there above and below, or at least for the first 2 orders. We might have had one at 41, one at 48, 17, and 11. Well, we took off and went up, so you could cancel that 17 and 11 right now, or you could leave it on, because I've seen the market go up 2 levels, come down, go through our pivot, come down 2 levels, bounce up, and go back up. So we don't know how this roadmap is going to unfold today. But I had several reasons, and I can't go into all the reasons, and I'm not trying to be coy about it. It's just that for the people that have stepped forth and paid their time and their dues and their money, that is something that they would understand, and I could show them real simple. But I also trade down in a 1-minute chart. And 1-minute charts are fast. They're not designed to make 3 points. They're designed to scalp a point or two, maybe. That's it. After you pass 2 points on a 1 minute, what I will do is I will use my 1 minute. If I had I'm looking at this thing going down to, say 43, 41 area. Well, it made its push down there, and that's when I said, okay, we should come back and kiss that 43 again. And then it made its push up, it tested that high, then it reversed, and then that's when it started its run. Well, I had places to get short at. And I had reasons to get short at. And my stop was just above 49. So, I'm risking 1 to make 3 or 4, 5 maybe. So,
and that's a really good risk to reward ratio too.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be.
So when you learn to do this, what it allows you to do is it allows you to, sake of argument is to put a line in the sand. This is where I'm wrong. I'm wrong above 49. Once we break that swing high, I'm wrong. It's not going. Now it may stick its head up there, turn around, and come right back down. And if it does, then I will look for a new entry. But as it stands right now, it's kind of like, okay, it's done everything that I thought it should do. We came down to that 41 area. Now the next question is, are we going to break that 41 area and head back down? Or we got to go back up and test the we should go back up and test the 45, but we don't have to. We're coming up on 9:30. Your guess is as good as mine. Are they going to sell it off and take us back down? Who knows? Now we'll see. We're getting back below that, and we got to pivot at 32.
Yeah, 32.
And we've got some support down here at well, I know we've got some at 37.50. We got some at 36.50. And we got some at 35. So there's a lot of little areas of support in there. We also have a blue band coming up in there at that 36.50 area.
Your famous blue band you love so much.
Well, I tell you what, it cost me a lot of money, and I've learned to respect it. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, you slapped me enough. I'll get out before I get there.
That is one of my most favorite trades too. The blue band, I just love that thing. I would trade that all day long.
Well, Saul calls them the blue banders, but
right.
I mean, when you go back and look at it, it works.
Right.
100% of the time, no. But on average, your wins are a whole lot better than your losses.
Right.
And
so why don't you like it? Why don't you? You always stay away from it.
Well, usually, like today, I would be expected to go below the blue band down there. So I'm short, and I got a target way down there, and the blue band's just getting in my way. And I come to that blue band, instead of taking profits and getting out, it bounces back up.
I told you, just take it off your chart.
Yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work.
Just delete it.
Why is this thing stopping? But I've actually got a blue band on my, I've got 2 blue bands on my 1 minute chart. I've got an actual, like a 20 period moving average blue band. And then I have the same moving average that's on my 5 minute chart.
Right.
But it's not a 20 period. I forgot what it is. Let's see. 20. I'll have to go back and look. I had to work it out. Okay. We take on a 5 minute chart, it takes 20 bars. So that is that's 100 minutes.
Right.
So on a 1 minute chart, it takes a 100 bars to give me that same moving average.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So I can actually, I got it in big dots down there. So when we're approaching it, I'm looking at it. I'm going, okay, you may want to get out if you're long or short.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. Because like Saul says, you just don't respect it. And it's kind of like, he's right.
Yeah, I shouldn't say anything because I did the exact same thing. I was like, when I first started and Saul was talking about the blue band, I was like, what? Why do you bother with that thing? Just get out of the way. And then I started losing money and I just figured, you know what? I'm just going to go with the crowd on this one.
Yeah. Well, I guess the three moving averages that are the two for sure that everybody pays attention to is the 50 and the 200.
Right. Correct.
And then the day traders, they use that 20. Now, I've seen people use 21s, 23s. It's just kind of like, use whatever you're comfortable with. They still work. And, I don't, let's see. Oh, Anupam, you need the levels. I'm sorry, brother. Mark, can you post in the levels?
I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Yeah. There you go.
There you go, Anupam. Try that.
So the 41 and 48 already got triggered. Hopefully, I want our way back up to 48.
And well, let's see. We should go back to 43. Well, like I said, at 43 is going to be an area today. Looks like. Saul, I've been with him long enough to know that, and I started with him, and everything that he's telling y'all, he's telling you things in the morning like, okay, we're here to teach you to be able to do this on your own. And I've taken enough courses through a lot of different people, and I've told you the stories before. They all work. They just did not fit my personality.
Right.
And or I couldn't, I didn't think I could do what they were doing. And Saul even tells stories about, he's been around some of the best traders out there and he cannot do what they do. And it's not that he can't do it, but it doesn't fit your personality and you don't see it like, we're liable to see trees and you're liable to see a forest.
Right.
We don't know. But to be able to come in and sit down, throw a chart up there with a moving average, it's pretty unique. And then just trade off the price action. And then we take some of the other things we've learned from other people and the things that we liked of their systems that still fit us and they still work. And so, but the thing about it is everybody wants to come in and get these levels. I mean, if you come in and you do nothing but trade the levels, most of the time, probably it's been a long time. It's been several years back since I've ran a back test on this, but back then when I first started, it was probably 70 to 76% correct.
Right.
And that was nothing but the levels. Wow. I mean, we didn't trade anything but in the level was the exact level.
Yeah.
It wasn't fading it, I don't think. I don't remember how I did the test, but whatever it was, I stuck a 2-point stop on it and would have gotten filled on everything. I tried to go a quarter of a point above or below my entries and my exits to make sure that, yes, that was a accurate fill. And so, I mean, that's without, trading the blue bands, the pivots, the a lot of the other things that go on, and so there are more trades than just the levels.
Right.
And I don't, we can't go into all of them. It wouldn't be fair to the people that have paid their time and money.
Well, when I first started with Saw, it was amazing. I was on the phone with that poor guy every day, almost. I just, he says this so many times in the room that, you could give a system to 30 people and, half of them will be profitable and the other half will lose money and, a certain percentage won't do anything. And you just never, you have to follow the system, and I wasn't, he would give the levels out and I would get in way too early or I'd hang in there way too long. And, and it's just following what he says, you've got to stick to the levels. You've got to stick to your stop. If one level doesn't work, you get out and wait for the next one.
That's it.
And, oh God, I could tell you some horror stories when I first started with him. I would hold on to each level and, keep scaling in. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And that's not the way the system works, and it just took me time to, get it through my thick skull. If the level doesn't work, take your 2-point stop, get out, wait for the next one. And that next one always comes around and it, it works.
Yes.
You just have to follow the rules.
That's right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, quick shout and welcome to Chad. Hey, Chad, welcome. Hey, RR, welcome. Hey, Anupam, you got the levels, right? Hey, Mark, thanks for posting those. I'm going to send out the opportunity to sign up for Saul's monthly. If you haven't received it, raise your hand and I'll send it out to you. Hey, Tim, are you around? Tim S. So let me know back in chat, Tim. Peter W. Hey, Carlo. Yeah, I just sent that out to everybody. So if you haven't signed up for Saul's monthly, which is at a significant discount at the moment, usually it's $379 a month. It's on for $100. Take advantage. Get yourself situated properly. Hey, okay, Tim, no problem. Appreciate it. I had something to send out to you because I wanted to make sure that you were locked in based on that offer. So I just don't know what email to send it out to. If you post it, that'd be great. Just post it in the chat when you get a chance. Hey, quick shout out to Bernie N. Hey, Bernie, welcome. Hey, Don and Mark, I'll be in the background.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
You know, for the new people that are in here, if you listen to Saul in the mornings when he comes in and he starts telling you what this service does, I mean, we do the same thing day in and day out. We don't do anything different. And he's telling you an awful lot. It's just that most people aren't hearing him or they're not getting it. And I know that for those of us that have been through it, man, I wish this thing would go ahead and touch that 3875 area.
That's what I'm hoping for. Kind of hanging out for
It ought
that.
to go there. I mean, it just. I'm showing signals on both sides, so it's kind of like, okay, which one are we going to do first? And there's not enough room to. We should go up and kiss at 43 again. We ought to touch that 3875. Now, it's not giving me much. What would you add to it, Mark, for the new folks in here?
Pay attention, because you're right. Sal does give a lot of. There's a lot of hidden gems in what he's saying. That he can't just come out and blurt and say, "Hey, get in here, get in, or get out there." But he does give a lot of, like I said, that's the best way to put it. Hidden gems that, little hidden things that you pick up on after a while, and. He'll give you those certain areas, like when he says if it gets to this area, it's probably going to go a little bit higher, or if it gets below this area, it's you're probably going to go a little bit lower. And a lot of that stuff I really appreciate because I picked up on it, and it seems like 90% of the time he's always right, and after a while, again, if you pay attention, that translates into making money.
Yes, really does.
What do you think about this 35 level?
I've got one down here at 35 is the yesterday's high, so
that's right.
I've also got a 3650. Yeah, depends on what it's going to do with that 3650. It's a different story. Ideally, that one with that 3650 should take us back to 41 for sure, but
right,
43 would be better.
48 would be great.
Oh yes, we're gonna probably get there sometime today. Let's see, where did we? Let me see my little chart over here. And I also have 3350. So we've got a lot of areas of support in here. We ought to get a bounce off of one of them. But it's probably going to be after 10 o'clock.
Maybe someone will say something on the news, come out with something good, and the market will rally back up again.
We actually start the room at probably a little bit between 8 and 8:30. He usually gives out the levels right there before the open. I can't do that from here because I don't have control over the screens, but I can tell you how basically it does it. We had a level this morning at 48, and this is where you as a trader is going to come into play. Do you fade it a little bit? What is your risk tolerance? So that would mean you could either take the 48, you could take the 47.50s. So if you took the 48 straight up, your stop would be at 50. If you took the we know if you're playing multi lots, more than one lot, you're going to fade one. You may have one at 47, one at 48, and another one at 48.50, and your stops will be accordingly. Let's see, we're down to that 33.75, and we got a pivot at 32. And your targets would be 2 points away from your entries. That's basically what it is.
I'm sorry, Don. I'm just working this little 34 area here.
Yeah. Well, I had 33.50, and I also had the 36.50s and the 35. So. You know, push comes to shove, 41, 43. Now, see, if I'd have jumped out at the blue band on this one,
You'd have done all right.
Yeah. So I hope that helps clear up our what we're doing. We just I don't have the capabilities to show you the screen except what's on his screen because Saul has that control. But a lot of it, you know, we all have different risk tolerances, and we don't want to lose a lot of money. There's a lot of fear factor involved in all of it.
Can't seem to make up his mind.
We ought to have seen a reaction off that 33. It did, but it wasn't much. They must have run it up too high.
Now let's see what the 32 wants to do. Look at that 60-minute chart. All the way up, all the way down.
Yeah, like Saul says, what goes up does come down.
Exactly. See? I think the guy does have a crystal ball. He just doesn't want to share with us.
Yeah, you can't trade as long as he's traded in the pits and not have an idea on what this market's doing.
Exactly.
And it just... Okay, we're coming back into the pivot area. Now down to 31. That figures. Let's see, 31, 30, 29.
Looks like it's not stopping.
No, just leave your stops in.
Oh, yeah, I'm already out. Like Saul says, never love a level.
That's it. It either works or it doesn't.
Right.
It's that simple. There's no sense in making it complicated. Let's see, where can it come down to? And I can see it coming all the way back to 18 or 15. Guys, if y'all have any questions, we'll try and answer them for you. Between the two of us, we may be able to come up with one good one.
Yeah.
Usually you can tell that they're pushing this thing around. When we get to a spot and we don't get a reaction out of that spot, I mean, when it just keeps going right on through to the next one, the next one, the next one.
Right.
We don't pounce back at least a 1.25, 1.5.
No, it's just coming straight down.
And we should have got a reaction at 31, 33.50, 35, 36.50.
I've got a trend line on the 60-minute, and it looks like it's heading right for it, right down to 22.
Yeah. I can see it's going back to 20. That 16, 18, and 20 has been there for a week or better. It was last Friday, I think, that we finally got back up to the 20 after it chewed on me on that Tuesday after we come back from the holiday, and I'm going, we're going back to 20. We're going back to 20. And I fought it all day long. At the end of the day, it won, and I was just give out down. And so there's a time to trade that biased. And once it turns and starts back up, then that's the time to aim for it.
Right.
And we should have got a reaction there at 27. 31, 32, 33, 43. There's no reason. There's no reason to trade anything because it ain't even give an indication that it even wants to turn.
Right. Not even a little rotation. So if you would have got short at the open, Don, you would have been all right.
Oh, yeah.
You could have rode that all the way up to 49 and then just hung on to it.
Should have been short below that blue band. We've had 4 bars straight in a row without any kind of reaction. Let's see, is that... That's okay. The next hour, I'm expecting it to go up.
John, do you use candlesticks or do you use the bar charts?
I just use plain bar charts.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I know everybody trades candles, and there's a reason for it, except this is what I learned on, and this is what my eyes are adjusted to.
Right, exactly. It's what you like to see.
Yeah. So for me, I can look at when I'm looking at a bar, I'm looking at the open and the close. I can see that body. And I've got mine set up to where if the close is below the open, that bar will be red. If it's at or above the open, it will be green. So it's real easy for me to tell what kind of a candle it is by the color of the bar.
Right.
Well,
that was a nice little bounce off the green band.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll hold.
Yeah, we got another 5 minutes.
It's also the blue band on the hourly chart. I like that.
Yep.
Gotta love those blue bands, Don.
Yep. Well, I respect them. I just, it's funny how the 200 and the hourly blue band are right there at each other.
Right, exactly.
So, so now we've got double the power. I still have a 33 and a 43 target up there. Close targets would be like 29.
Maybe the 32.
Actually, if we get back above 31, we should go to 33. We're at 21, so we got to get back above 26. And I could, like I say, that 20 has been a real pain in the, for a
Right.
while. It's been a good number.
Yeah, you called that one out the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, at 5 this morning, should have been up. There's that 18, and we should take it to 15. Last Tuesday, not this Tuesday, Tuesday before, I had 16, 18, 19, and 20. And you look back every day here, we have been at that 16, 18, 19, and 20.
Right back to him.
Okay, 21 should yield us 23. Above 26 should take us to 33. Now, those are just areas that we should get back to. But we sold off hard.
Oh, we're getting a nice rotation out that 18 area. This is working out kind of nice.
Okay, there's our 23. We ought to see 26.
Well done. My little monsters are up.
I put them on.
So
Maybe
there's
they
gonna
give
be-
us some new insights.
Yeah, no kidding. Bring me some luck, something. So I'm done for the day, actually.
Oh, come on.
These levels
That's
today.
a 26.
Just got a little bit of my money back.
See, we should see 29.
Wow, what a move.
Don't stop now. It's on a roll.
Don't leave now, huh?
That's at 27. It's going to be a pain in the neck.
Well, I hope I was some help today, Don.
Oh, yes. Come back. If you get bored, come back in a little while.
I will. You have a good one. Everyone have a good afternoon. Stay safe. Thanks, Don. Take care.
Mark. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, It's like the 27 is going to slow it down. Now we get to see what's going to happen here at 10 o'clock. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. You're going to have to get above 28, 29 area. Well, I hope some of y'all were able to get long down there at that 20 area. Saul had 17. We only went down to 18 and a quarter. I got some of the 20. I mean, the only reason I got some of the 20 is I've been here before. Get above at 29. I'm concerned with that 29 area. If we can make it to 30, then we should see 33. Yeah. I'll be back here in a minute. Well, let's see. We're up here at the 29. Let's go. Come on. And 29 says giving it a fit. Like I say, if we can make it to 30, then we should see that 31, 33 area. 31's going to be a problem too. So seven. There we go. I'll tell you what, it's not going as fast as what I want it to. That's for sure. Get to see what this 31's going to do with it. We get past that 31, we may see that 32, 33 area. Should. Well, I'm just about tired of holding on to this critter. All right, 31. Let's do your stuff. Man, they just having a hard time with that 31. All right, let's see. We're going to get our 33. I'd be concerned with the 33. I can see us popping all the way back down to 29. I'm out. I'm not going to try and hold on for another point. I've got too much involved in this one. At 42.32, that was our opening price for the week. That's what we opened up Sunday afternoon. At 42.1875 was our closing price, our settlement price. So all of these numbers, they mean something. You just have to learn how to trade around them. All right, come on. If anybody's still long, I'm rooting for the 33. I don't know that it'll make it, but I'm rooting for it. Let's see. If anybody has any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them if I can. Come on. You know you want to touch it. Yeah, that's what I was scared of. Well, we finally got our 33. Yeah, 33.50 areas next pain in the neck. Let's see. I'll tell you what, on that ride down, I got hit 4 times. Four. But I made it back on the ride up. So we got our 33. Still see that 43 up there. 41. 3650. Got to get past that blue band. That's unusual to get hit 4 times in a row. But I also was risking some different areas too. You know, I come in the mornings, I come to trade. If I'm sitting here, I want to be making money or at least trying. Well, I'm not as entertaining as Saul is today. Let me do a little grunt work here, see what's going on. We're back up to yesterday's high. All right. Now we got to contend with the blue band. Sitting at about 36. You know, Saul was saying this morning, you need to sit down and think and use a clear head. And I'm going, I turned around and looked at another chart over there, and I'm going, well, it told me what it was doing before it even did it, and I wasn't paying any attention to it. So you may want to keep that little ditty in the back of your brain. You know, we should go up this hour. Now, like I say, we got to contend with that blue band. We can get past the blue band. We can get back above 37. I would think that let's see, 637, above 37, then I would start targeting 43, 41 area for sure. Guys, I'm going to be in the background here. If anybody needs anything, just type it in and I'll come back and see it. If anybody's wondering where I'm coming up with all of these different numbers and stuff like that, it's just they're based on what the chart has told me and where we should be. Some resistance and support, like we said that 3650 on the way down. I said 3650. That 3650 should have gave us 3850. So knowing these reasons helps you scalp. 20, 30. For the last 45 minutes, we hadn't had much of a pullback. I've got numbers above and numbers below that we should get back to, like 43 and 29. How we're going to go about it, I have no idea. Yeah, it's probably, let me see something here. We were trading about a 10-point difference between this contract and the next month's contract. 36.50, 36, 27. Yeah, the new contract's trading at 27 and a quarter right now. We're at 36.50. So yeah, a good 10-point spread. $42.49. Who would have ever thought that we would have been up this high? Let's go. We got a little bump at 37. You know, basically what we're doing now is we're trading kind of like between the numbers. Well, we're at 10:30. Europe's shutting down. Everybody's going to have to make a move here. We're going to have to be back above that 37 to see the 41 and the 43, I think. One 5-minute bar is going to wipe out everything we've done in the last 20 minutes. We're pretty close to it. Don't you just love it? That 31 is going to have to yield either the 33 again or the 29. And there's the 33. I'd feel a whole lot better if we just come on down to the 29, then reverse this thing. I'll tell you what, it's not much of a long. I guess 1 point's better than nothing. I bought the 34.75s and I sold the 35.75s. There's little scalps like that all day long. It's just you just have to be paying attention to what's going on. Is it going to go higher? Got about another 2 or 3 minutes to figure it out. But I'm out. I'm flat. It did what I thought it was going to do, and it gave me a point. It never went. The fellow once told me his definition of a good trade is one that never goes against you, and I'm inclined to agree with it. If it never goes against you, pat yourself on the back, take your profits, and get out. If we can get back above that 37.50, somewhere in there, we ought to see the 41. Doesn't mean we're going to go there. It just means odds are that we should go there. The probabilities are, how would you say it, a little bit more in your favor. $37. How high did we go? 50. We'll find out in the next minute or 15 seconds, whichever comes first. Better keep pushing. We don't have to make 10 points a run. I think something else everybody needs to realize: if we can see it, everybody can see it. But that 3850 still should be in play up there. We ought to at least touch it. We should touch the 41. You're more than welcome, Tim. It's done getting slow now. Everybody's going to lunch. I'm real cautious about the trades that I put on now. I won't let it go against me much, and I'll bail a trade. I still have a 29 target down there and a 43, 41 and 43 above. We're closer to the upper levels, but we could reverse and go all the way down to 29, reverse it back up, then run to 43 later this afternoon. I have no idea how they're going to take it up. Right now, the shorter time frame says we're going back to 38. We ought to come back and kiss that 38. We ought to really be kissing the 38.50, but right now it's not showing it. And we're coming on 11 o'clock. And the question is, at 11 o'clock, are they going to continue up with it, or are they going to take it down? All these targets are great to the upside, but unless we're going up, they don't do us a whole lot of good. We're going to have to get above 38 and a quarter to go up. And then right there on top of that, we got 38.50 and 39 and a quarter. So it's just liable to go up, throw the brakes on it. Let's see, what is our next level up there? 38. You're more than welcome, Mike. See you tomorrow. There we go. Let's go. We're at We need to get back above 3750 if we're going up and stay there. Well, I don't like that. There's just not much opportunity right at the moment. You know, we should go back up and tag that 38.75 and climb higher, but we ought to be trading at 38 right now. There we are. We ought to be trading at 38.75, 50.75 area. We ought to be trading up at 37.50 instead of down here. There we go.